something with your hair. Hi everybody, welcome to 54 Nights. We're at Foss State Park in western Oklahoma. We got here around 8 o'clock last night. I've never been here before. This is our first trip out here, and I do not like pulling into places after dark
that you're not familiar with,
that I've never been to before. I could go down to Lake Murray every day of the week after dark and not have a problem.
Well, now, but there was a time.
There was, where we backed into a pull-through site.
We did. We woke up and it was like, oh no.
Wow. We looked like smart campers. But this time, I knew it was a pull-through site, so we pulled in straight through.
In his defense, it was really dark. Yeah. There were no lights at all.
But Foss Lake is really kind of a fishing lake. They do have some hiking trails, horseback trails. There is a beach here, a marina, playgrounds. It's really convenient if you're passing through Oklahoma. It's about 6 miles off I-40. Mm-hmm. So that would be a nice, convenient stopover. It's a nice little state park. This lake was put in 1965.
Is that right?
Okay. She says 65.
Something like that.
I'm going to say 1965 because I'm supposed to agree with everything she says on the weekend.
Only on the weekend?
Yeah, only on the weekend. Let's not push it.
Okay, we'll talk about this later.
But it is in the 60s outside, but the wind is blowing 35 mile an hour. I looked it up. 35 mile an hour with gusts higher than that. Gusts strong enough to knock her over. So we decided we weren't going to go on a bike ride, and then I looked down at my belly and said,
same.
You know, we should probably go on the bike ride. So we're going to hop on the bikes, and somewhere out here there's buffalo.
Oh, really?
Yes, somewhere out here there is buffalo. If we can't find them on the bikes when we get back, we're getting in the car. We got to go find buffalo.
I don't know if we're going to be able to see them from the tears in our eyes, where the wind is just blowing out all the liquids out of our body.
Already making excuses. Now, I did read something online that the trails were overgrown and people just gave up and turned around and came back. So this may end up being a short bike ride, but there's only one way to find out.
And only one way to make the trails more open is more people going on them.
Now she's getting stubborn. We'll be back in a minute.
Well, maybe. We might be lost. Off on a trail that wasn't a trail.
Maybe the people of the lake will find us. We'll talk about that later. with this Foss State Park. This is take 3, by the way. That's why she's laughing
and crying.
We had a visitor this morning, a human visitor this morning. I was up front in the coach getting stuff put up, getting ready to leave, and
I was still in my pajamas.
he waved me outside. I was still in my pajamas too, but it's more socially acceptable for a guy to be in his pajamas at the lake than it is. True. Anyway, he had seen at least one of our videos. He knew my name. I forgot to ask his name. This is part of our lack of peopling skills Terry and I both have. Yeah. We are socially awkward. We don't remember what were the proper interaction technique between humans until 20 minutes after that interaction has already occurred. So if you're watching this, I wasn't intentionally trying to be impolite. I just socially awkward. Sorry.
It was so cool. Thanks for bringing your cute little dog and coming by and saying hi.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. But anyway, that's it. We'll move on to the state park part of it.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, these dogs. I'm just going to have to string these dogs up and hang them from the ceiling when we're recording stuff because they get in the way.
They'd probably like that. Hook them on their harness.
Anyway, back to Foss. Back to Foss State Park. We went for that bike ride yesterday, and we didn't see any buffalo. And when
you promised me buffalo.
Yeah, when we got back, both of us were just
ready to go again.
Lies.
So the trails.
Yeah. No.
Quite overgrown.
Yeah. The Johnson grass. You've seen the crop circles. And that's how these trails were. The grass was just laid over on its side, or laying, horizontal to the ground.
Just made it softer, thicker.
It was like pedaling through sand, and I mean, we were going level to downhill, and it felt like we were trying to pedal our way up the side of Pikes Peak. The wind had nothing to do with it. Nothing at all to do with it. It was all that darn grass. Mm-hmm. And really, I mean, it was...
The wind didn't help. I wouldn't say nothing at all to do with it. Maybe for you.
I mean, it was an okay trail. I mean, it was exercise, which is what I needed.
It was called a heart-healthy trail.
Yeah, well, I don't know about heart-healthy because pretty sure my heart rate was up there high enough where it was going to be
not quite healthy.
An unhealthy situation. This lake out here in western Oklahoma, you don't have a whole lot of options in western Oklahoma when it comes to state parks. It is, you're getting into the dry, short tree, arid climate. This place is probably boiling in the summer. Mm-hmm. But you just don't have a whole lot of options. And like I said, Foss is 6 miles off the interstate. So it's really convenient if you're passing through. And if you live in western Oklahoma, it's a decent place to go to. It's
nice and clean.
Yeah. I don't see us really... I mean, I'm not going to say we'll never be back. I'm sure we'll be back out here, but I don't think it's ever going to be on our list of we've got to go there again.
I'm not going to go paddleboarding out there.
Yeah, which leads us into... A few years ago, I can't remember when.
2008.
2008.
Wait. No, 13. I think it's 2013.
Okay. 2013. We'll call it 2013.
Pretty sure it's 13.
They were testing sonar equipment. State of Oklahoma was out here testing some new sonar equipment on the lake, and they found 2 vehicles under about 12 foot of water.
They weren't expecting that.
Okay. Most of you know that probably any lake in the country, you're going to find vehicles in it. That's just a way that people
get rid of their cars.
Get rid of cars.
Stolen cars.
Yeah.
They're usually empty.
Yeah. Unfortunately, these 2 vehicles were not empty. Between the 2 vehicles, there were 6 bodies.
3 each. And they disappeared a year apart from each other. 1969 and 1970. But they ended up side by side in the water.
Yeah. The stories behind it, look it up. The stories behind both of them were really sad stories. But yeah, 6 dead bodies, pretty close to where the campground we're at right now, where we're sitting at right now.
Yeah, which is kind of eerie, because I'm reading up on it, and I told Chris, I said, hey, I can see a dam in the background here, and he looks out the window and he says, I think it's probably right here where we're at. Yep. No ghosts. There weren't any ghosts.
It was a 58 Chevy and a 69 Camaro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just really 2 bad vehicles to let rot away in the lake.
Well, and that 69 Camaro was brand new.
Yeah, it was like
it was in 69 when they lost it. Those were 3 kids.
Yeah.
3
anyway,
teenagers.
There is a swim beach out here. You really can't swim right here at the campground from what I've seen, at least what the lake, at the level the lake is right now. Lakes in Oklahoma, their levels fluctuate big time, but we don't have full hookups here. We do have water and electric. We'll have to dump on the way out. Cell phone reception, both AT&T and Verizon, awesome. So there must be a tower buried in the lake.
Hopefully they don't find that with their sonar equipment and pull it out.
Yeah, really. It's been a good weekend. Nice, relaxing weekend.
Minus the bike ride. That was still nice, just not relaxing at all.
She complained about that bike ride the entire time.
Way.
The entire time we were out, she was complaining. It just makes me want to just not go for a bike ride. I'm just going to sit here and watch movies and
whatever.
Get fat.
Yeah, whatever.
Because she complains every time we exercise.
If I didn't complain, he would be like, wait, where's Terry?
Probably not that tone. What'd you do with Terry?
There was a tick on my bike seat.
Yeah, so we're going to have to get the bike vaccinated or whatever.
It's always fun.
Was it attached to the seat?
There's no blood in the bike seat.
You've got a dead bike?
What a dumb question.
You've got a dead bike? Did you pull it out of the lake?
Oh yeah, part of the bike trail had fallen into the water too.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking this lake might have it out for humans, and it's like sucking them in. Because if it had been dusk or kind of, not bright light, we could have gone right into the lake. And then they could have found us over 40
you know what,
years
guys?
later. By the way, that was over 40 years later that they found those cars. Isn't that crazy? 42 or some years.
Anyway, Foss State Park. We'll probably see the buffalo on the way out. I suspect the buffalo are over by the visitor center.
There's no buffalo.
She's so bitter. I'm glad she stayed inside the camper while that nice guy came up and said hi.
I would have asked him his name. Oh.
No, you wouldn't have.
Maybe.
Anyway, we've been rambling long enough. Sorry about that, guys. But you know us. You watch us. Get over it. We'll catch y'all down the trail.